Hey, how's it going? Charlie with Writer Junkie here, and today we have another pretty interesting story for you about something that's been going on in the music industry, and it has to do with ad revenue. So essentially, what has recently happened is YouTube has released a statement demonstrating that they've generated over $1 billion in ad revenue just for the music industry in 2016 alone. What this means is that artists who are putting their music onto YouTube are being paid out not necessarily from the plays that they get, but through how many ads are viewed on their music. Every time that you watch an ad on somebody's channel, the person whose channel it is gets a small amount of money for the ad that you watched. And so what's happening now is this crazy trend where artists are starting to get paid as much or even more money for the ad revenue that's being generated by their music instead of the actual plays for the music itself. And I think it's a fascinating trend that we've seen start to develop over the last few years. Even up until around 10-20 years ago, in order for an artist to be successful, they're successful through the amount of copies of music that they sell. You know, how many people buy their song, how many people buy their album. But now with this YouTube ad revenue thing, it's totally flipping the whole game on its head. What we're seeing is artists who are making the same amount of money, but just on ads. So their music is becoming kind of a platform for advertisement. And they're kind of getting paid for being the conduits of this advertising avenue. It's strange, and I think it yields positive and negative results. Some of the positives being that, you know, because the platform is YouTube, anybody can post their music on there and have a chance at some sort of fame, or at least being able to make a living off their music. And you see plenty of that. You know, there's plenty of YouTube musicians who just make music online and who their whole entire living is based around YouTube. They make YouTube videos and they live off the ad revenue. We're seeing a lot of that, and that's something that you can never do before. You can never just be an independent artist, no label, they have no contract with any huge corporations. They're just independent individuals making art without any restrictions or censorship. I think that's beautiful. But another negative, perhaps the biggest negative, is that it's going to start discouraging creative art, I think, in a lot of ways. And this is because of a number of reasons. The primary one is that YouTube recently has made a change in the way that their algorithm works that favors content that can be advertised on easily. So if you're making content that has some sort of controversial topic within the title, YouTube isn't going to monetize your video because the advertisers on YouTube don't want their ads to be seen on potentially offensive content. And right now that's a restriction that we're seeing on videos. However, I think that with this new trend, we're going to start seeing that on music. So music that's considered more mainstream or more common, more pop, is going to be getting way more advertising revenue than music that's considered a little more out there in a pop culture standpoint. And I think one trend that won't be that good is when artists have to start essentially censoring their music in order to be advertised upon. You know, they're going to be making stuff that's maybe a little safer, a little less risky musically, because they want to be sure that advertisers will want their ads on their songs, you know, to play before their songs on YouTube. And that's another possible outcome I see for this situation. All in all, I definitely think it's an interesting change in the music industry. As a musician myself, it excites me, it worries me a little bit too. You know, whether it's good or bad, I guess we'll have to see. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching.